Hello everybody, it's John here, and it is February the 23rd, and I was just outside here noticing the bees are out flying a little bit. I thought they were maybe doing some cleansing flights, but as I got to watching them a little closer, you can see that they are bringing in a lot of pollen at the moment. Let me get you a little closer here. And I have no clue of where they could be bringing this in at the moment. It's about close to noon here, and the temperature outside might be about 49, 50 degrees. And I just haven't seen anything around here lately that even they could be bringing pollen in from. But as you can see there, they're bringing in like a little cream colored, and I've seen some even with there's one with a little bit of orangish looking pollen. And like I say, the only thing I might have seen a dandelion the other day pop up. It's been cold here again. A week or so ago, you know, we was down in the teens in the nighttime. Had some rain, and this hive here is just busting with movement when it's on a nice day. And like I say, they always say as long as they're bringing pollen in, that's a very good sign that the bees are thriving. And I'd say right now inside they are starting to make some babies, I bet. Around here they say usually in the middle of March is the biggest brood season farm. They're building up, and hopefully they'll probably it's going to split here. Last year in this hive, or actually in the bee hive over there, I think they split around April the 16th and swarmed. So they're telling us that spring may be around the corner. And as you can see, they're busy bees today. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, in the beginning of February, we had a nice day, and I ended up putting some sugar. I've got some frames I built inside, and I put a sugar, kind of a hard sugar candy in it. Basically, you mix about 4 pounds of sugar and about 6 ounces, I believe, maybe of water together. Stir it till it gets thick and consistency, and I pasted it in these frames. And I did this last year, but I thought just in case they might run out of honey, that'd give them something to eat right now. They did this last year too. If you'll look down here, they're carrying out some of the sugar. You can see the cubes, little crystals of sugar down there. Again, like I say, they did that last year. I really don't know if that means they don't like it or they don't need it. But this sugar is at the very end of one of the hive here, so it's like it's not in their way. But for some reason, these bees here haven't, they may be consuming some of it, but I'm sure if they've got honey in there, they'd much rather have that than cane sugar. That little fellow there barely could crawl in the hole with that pollen on him. It's getting close here. I'm getting ready to take off these insulation boards on both of these hives. I think I'm getting away from using that this year. I'm going to put an extra piece of cedar boards on each side instead of this insulation, and that way I don't have to work with tying on the insulation on the outsides over the winter time. That'll give the hive itself about 1.5 inches of thickness of boards on the sides, and I've got the insulation still I'll put in the top. But they've seemed to do pretty good with it this winter. We have really had a mild winter, had a little bit of snow in November, haven't had much since then, just a spitting of 1 inch or so here or there. The temperature changes are crazy, how they fluctuate. I mean, like I say, we can go from 20 degrees to 60 degrees easily in a few days. So we've really not had a cold winter. I was afraid by that being that way that the bees may actually run out of honey because they're moving more than they would if it was colder. But I think we're going to be okay there. And like I say, boy, you can really see them bringing this pollen in right now. This hive here does move, has a little bit more activity, like I said before, than my other one, my A hive. And it's usually the first one that gets a little more sun on it. The beehive over there, they've got some bees too flying in, but it's only about 1/10 of the amount of bees that's coming in the A hive. But I noticed as the afternoon goes on and the sun shines on it a little more, they do get pretty active, you know, after dinner, after 12. And what'll happen is here, as soon as the sun kind of starts to go down, they'll really stop pretty quick. By 2 o'clock, the sun's over the top of them a little more, and it'll cool off, and these bees will shut her down for the day. Once again, it's a beautiful sunny day on Sunday. The bees are active, and it's a beautiful sight to see again.